So the part we're going to be doing here is the backnut. So we're going to open up SolidWorks, File, New, and open up a new part. Just like always, we're going to check if we've got the correct units, and we currently don't, so we're going to change it to inches, pounds and seconds. Now we're just looking at this part. We're going to draw this outline here on the front plane. We're going to add a little bit extra on, just so we get that 3.5 dimension. So we're going to select the front plane and sketch, select our center lines, and we'll get them to intersect at the origin. So we're going to be using this vertical center line as an axis of revolution, and our horizontal center line as a base for the part. So we're just looking at the part, and we're going to try and draw it as closely as we can without dimensioning it. So the first dimension we're going to do, well the first two dimensions anyway, is this 3.5 dimension on this 1 3/4 dimension. Then we're just going to work our way down the shape. So we have a half here. Then this is 1.8 wide to root diameter. Or 1/8, sorry. Next we're going to dimension this width here. Root diameter is just another word for minor diameter, and that's referring to the thread. So we have 2.48, and our other dimension 2.585 and 2.583, screwed 2 1/4 BSP. So we're going to be using the figure in between this tolerance, so 2.584. So now we're just going to work our way up the shape here, and we have a tolerance here. We're going to use the figure in between of 1.8825. Next we have an angle dimension. You can see this line is supposed to be 45 degrees. So we can click on that point and then the line. And make sure that's 45. And I've just missed this one out here. I'm going to go back to it. And we're going to use the figure in between here. So that's 0.1905. And next I need this diameter here. So that's going to be 1.6375. And a slight mistake I made here is when I was drawing the center line, it wasn't actually coincident with my origin. So if I just hold Control, click on the origin, and I can just turn that into a midpoint, and therefore everything is now dimensioned. So the next step in this is we're going to want to revolve this around this center line here. Just bring that up. So we go into features, revolved boss, and we're going to select this as our axis of revolution. And as you can see, the profile is already selected, so there's no need to go into selected contours, and we'll just give that a tick. So very similar to the valve head, we're going to be using extruded cut to get this part of the profile here. So what we want to do is we want to left click on the top face, hold Control and press 8. We're going to left click and select sketch. We're going to have our center lines intersecting at the origin, just making it easier for us. Now we're going to select the corner rectangle, and we're just going to have this along here, just so it cuts like that. We're going to use the Mirror Entities tool, holding Control and selecting all the entities we want to mirror, just the outside of this rectangle, and mirror about that vertical center line, just so it's all symmetric. So as per the drawing, this is 3 inch across the face. So we're going to want this to be 3 inch. So that profile we've got there is fine. There's no need to dimension these 3 lines here. So we go into features, extruded cut, and we're going to select through all again. Like I said before, we don't need to use the selected contours because they're already dimensioned, and the profile we want is how we want it. So you should be left with this shape here. Now we just need to add the chamfers. In this drawing there's just the one chamfer, as you can see here, 1/16 times 45 degrees. So we'll just move the shape, and we'll click on that edge there. We'll use this drop down arrow and select chamfer. Now the edge that we want is selected. It's already been set to 45 degrees. And now we can change this dimension to 1/16. And your part should be complete now.